Ladies and gentlemen, too many stand still waiting for the perfect moment to begin. They tell themselves, I'll start when the time is right. I'll take action when I feel ready. But the truth is, the perfect time never comes. It is an illusion, a mirage that keeps us from stepping into the calling set before us. We hesitate because we are afraid. Afraid of failure. Afraid of what others will say. Afraid that we do not have enough. But fear is not a foundation to build a life upon. If we wait until all fear is gone, we will never begin. Every day we are given is a gift, and that gift is not promised forever. Time is not something we can store away like a treasure in a vault, to be used later when it's more convenient. No, time slips away while we stand in hesitation. The opportunities of today will not always be here tomorrow, and yet many think they must have everything figured out before they take the first step. But look at the greatest journeys in history. They did not start with a leap, they began with a step. Small acts of faith, small movements forward lead to great things. Purpose is not discovered in waiting, it is uncovered in action. The moment you step forward, you step into the plan prepared for you. There is a greater purpose, a greater calling, and a greater impact waiting for those who are willing to act. So stop waiting. Stop searching for a sign that everything is just right. The time is now. Step forward and trust that the way will be made clear. Many people believe they must wait for the perfect time to take action, but that time never comes. They convince themselves that when conditions improve, when they feel more prepared, or when circumstances align perfectly, they will finally begin. Yet this idea of a perfect time is nothing more than a deception that keeps them from moving forward. The reality is that there is no flawless moment, no magical alignment of events where everything is easy and risk-free. Life is constantly changing. And if we wait for perfection, we may wait forever. People often hesitate because they want assurance that everything will go smoothly. They want a guarantee that they will not fail, that others will support them, and that no obstacles will arise. But waiting for certainty is another form of fear disguised as wisdom. The most successful and fulfilled people are not those who waited for a perfect moment, but those who decided to act despite uncertainty. They understood that every great achievement begins in the midst of imperfection. Some hesitate because they think they need more resources, more knowledge, more confidence. They tell themselves that when they have saved enough money, learned enough skills, or gained enough experience, then they will be ready. But what they fail to realize is that the process of stepping forward is what prepares them. Confidence does not come from waiting, it comes from doing. Knowledge does not appear out of nowhere. It is gained along the journey. The greatest teacher is experience, and experience only comes when we take action. Life does not wait for us to be ready. Time continues to move forward whether we act or not. Opportunities arise and fade away while we stand still, caught in hesitation. Some people spend years trapped in the cycle of waiting for a sign, waiting for a moment of clarity, waiting for everything to feel right. But the longer they wait, the harder it becomes to begin. They become paralyzed by their own hesitation, missing out on the very things they were meant to do. When we step forward, even in uncertainty, doors open that we could not have seen before. We may not know every step of the journey, but we do not need to. What we need is the courage to take the first step, trusting that the next will be revealed in time. Those who wait for a perfect time are often passed by those who simply choose to begin. Those who act may stumble, they may face challenges, but they also grow, learn, and move closer to their purpose. The key is to recognize that action creates momentum. The first step is always the hardest, but it is also the most important. Once we begin, we break the cycle of waiting and we begin to build the life we were meant to live. The perfect time is not somewhere in the future. The perfect time is among the greatest obstacles that keep people from stepping into their purpose. They whisper lies into the mind, convincing us that we are not ready, not capable, not strong enough to succeed. Fear makes us hesitate, and doubt makes us question every step we take. Together they create a prison of inaction where dreams are delayed, opportunities are missed, and potential goes unrealized. Many people allow these forces to control them, waiting for the day when they will feel completely confident and unafraid. But that day never comes. Fear does not disappear by waiting. It only grows stronger. The greatest mistake we can make is believing that fear means we should stop. Fear is not a signal to quit. It is a sign that we are standing at the edge of something meaningful. Every person who has ever accomplished something worthwhile has faced fear. They did not succeed because they had no doubt. They succeeded because they refused to let doubt control them. They understood that courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward despite it. Doubt can be even more dangerous than fear because it attacks our identity. It tells us that we are not smart enough, not talented enough, not worthy of success. It makes us compare ourselves to others, measuring our weaknesses against their strengths. The more we listen to doubt, the smaller we become in our own eyes. But doubt is a liar. It does not tell the truth about who we are or what we are capable of. It is simply a voice that must be silenced by action. Many people believe that once they feel confident, they will finally be ready to start. But confidence is not something we wait for, it is something we build. The only way to gain confidence is through action. The first step may be shaky, the second uncertain, but with each step, strength is gained. We grow into our abilities by using them, not by waiting until we feel completely ready. Some of the most successful people in history started with nothing but a willingness to try. They had no guarantees, no perfect plan, no promise of success. What they had was a decision to move forward despite their fears. Every great journey, every significant achievement begins with a single act of courage. Those who are willing to take that step will find that fear loses its power over time. It does not disappear completely, but it no longer controls the direction of their lives. Fear and doubt will always exist, but they do not have to determine our future. The key is not to wait until we feel fearless, but to move forward in faith. The moment we take action, we weaken fear's grip and strengthen our belief in what is possible. The longer we hesitate, the stronger fear becomes, but the moment we step forward, we break its hold and begin the journey towards something greater. Time is one of the greatest gifts we have, yet so many take it for granted. We live as if we have unlimited days ahead of us, as if tomorrow is promised. We tell ourselves that we will start pursuing our dreams, making changes, or stepping into our purpose when the timing is better. But the truth is, time is not guaranteed. Each day that passes is a day we can never get back. Every moment spent waiting is a moment lost forever. People often act as though they have an endless supply of opportunities. They say, "I'll start next year. I'll do it when I'm older. There will be another chance." But life is unpredictable. We do not control how much time we have, but we do control how we use it. Some wait so long that opportunities slip away before they ever take action. Regret does not come from trying and failing. It comes from never trying at all. The weight of what could have been is heavier than the weight of failure. Each new day is a gift, and what we do with it matters. We often think we are waiting for the right time, but in reality, time is waiting for us. It is moving forward whether we act or not. The longer we wait, the more distant our dreams become. The longer we hesitate, the more we let fear, doubt, and distraction steal what was meant for us. Many people look back on their lives and wish they had started sooner. They wish they had taken the risk, spoken the words, or pursued their calling before it was too late. But time does not wait for us to be ready. Some think they will always have another season, another chance, another opportunity. But not everything lasts forever. Doors that are open today may close tomorrow. The relationships we cherish, the chances we overlook, and the dreams we push aside will not always be there. We must stop assuming we have time and start living with urgency. Not the kind of urgency that leads to panic, but the kind that leads to purpose. The kind of urgency that makes us appreciate each day as an opportunity to do something meaningful. Time is a treasure, and we must be good stewards of it. We are not called to waste it in endless hesitation. We are called to use it wisely, to take steps forward, to embrace the moments before us, to do what we know we were meant to do. Every second spent waiting for a perfect time is a second we will never get back. There is no perfect time, there is only now. The question is, what will we do with the time we have? Many believe that success or purpose is achieved in one giant leap, but the truth is, it is built through small, consistent steps. People often wait until they can see the entire path before they take the first step. They want certainty, a clear road without obstacles, a guarantee of success before they begin. But that is not how life works. Every great journey begins with a single step, and it is in taking that step that clarity, strength, and direction begin to unfold. The fear of small beginnings keeps many from starting. They think if they cannot make a huge impact immediately, it is not worth trying. But history proves otherwise. The most significant achievements, the greatest inventions, and the most inspiring movements did not begin with grand results. They began with one decision, one action, one small step forward. No mountain is climbed in one stride. It is conquered by putting one foot in front of the other, trusting that each step brings us closer to the summit. The problem is that people often underestimate the power of small actions. They want instant results, immediate success, and overnight transformation. But lasting growth does not happen that way. A tree does not grow tall in a single day, and a masterpiece is not painted in one brushstroke. True success comes from consistent effort, from showing up every day even when progress feels slow. Some hesitate because they believe their first step must be perfect. They fear making mistakes, so they do nothing at all. But perfection is not a requirement to begin. The greatest lessons come from taking imperfect action. A person does not become an expert before they start. They become an expert because they started. The more steps we take, the more we learn and the more confident we become. There is power in momentum. When we take even the smallest step forward, we create movement, and movement creates progress. It is far better to move forward imperfectly than to stand still in fear. A single step today can lead to a chain of events we never imagined. The opportunity we seek, the breakthrough we desire, and the purpose we long to fulfill all begin with a simple act of courage. Waiting for the perfect time or perfect conditions only delays the journey. We do not need to have it all figured out. We do not need to see the finish line from the starting point. We simply need to begin. The first step leads to the second, and the second to the third. Before we know it, we are walking in the direction of our purpose. The key is to start where we are, use what we have, and trust that small, faithful steps will lead to something greater than we ever imagined. Many people spend their lives searching for purpose, waiting for a moment of clarity before they take action. They believe that if they wait long enough, their calling will be revealed in a sudden, unmistakable way. But purpose is not found in waiting. It is uncovered in action. We do not discover our true path by standing still. We find it by moving forward, by stepping out in faith, by doing the things placed before us with excellence and dedication. Too often people hesitate because they want certainty before they begin. They ask, what if this isn't the right thing? What if I fail? What if I don't have what it takes? But purpose is rarely revealed all at once. It unfolds step by step as we walk in obedience to the opportunities and responsibilities given to us. The person who waits for a perfect, undeniable sign may find themselves waiting for a lifetime, never realizing that purpose was found in the very things they overlooked. The small acts of faithfulness, the lessons learned through action, the growth that comes from simply moving forward. Some believe that their purpose will come to them fully formed, ready to be lived out in its entirety. But purpose is not a destination, it is a journey. It is something that develops as we take steps forward, as we learn from experience, and as we respond to the challenges and opportunities set before us. Those who wait for a grand revelation often miss the simple yet powerful truth that purpose is discovered in the process of living, in the choices we make each day, in the work we do with diligence and integrity. Fear of making the wrong choice keeps many from stepping into their purpose. They are so afraid of failing or going in the wrong direction that they do nothing at all. But doing nothing is the only true failure. Even if the first step is uncertain, even if mistakes are made along the way, each action brings clarity. The more we do, the more we learn, and the more our purpose becomes clear. No one reaches their full potential by waiting. Growth happens through action, through experience, through learning and adapting along the way. The key is to start with what is in front of us. We do not need to have all the answers. We do not need to know the full picture. We simply need to be faithful in the small things, to take the opportunities given to us, to serve where we can, and to move forward even when the path is not fully clear. Purpose is not something we passively receive. It is something we step into. And when we begin to act, to use our gifts, to embrace the challenges before us, we will find that our purpose is not something distant and unreachable. It is something we are already walking in, one step at a time. Many people hesitate to move forward because they want full control over the outcome. They want to see the entire plan before taking the first step. They want every detail to be secure, every risk eliminated, and every obstacle removed before they begin. But life does not work that way. The truth is, we are not in control of everything, and we are not meant to be. There is a greater plan at work, one that is revealed as we move forward, not as we stand still. Trusting the greater plan means stepping out in faith, even when we do not have all the answers. It means understanding that we do not need to see the whole staircase to take the first step. Too often, people allow doubt and fear to hold them back because they think they must have absolute certainty. But certainty is not a requirement for progress. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history were made by people who stepped forward without knowing how everything would unfold. They did not have all the pieces. They simply trusted that the path would become clear as they walked it. When we trust that there is a higher purpose guiding us, we release the burden of trying to control every detail. We stop waiting for perfect conditions and instead choose to act with confidence. Life is filled with uncertainties, but that should not stop us from moving forward. If we only take action when we feel completely safe, we will remain in the same place forever. Growth requires stepping into the unknown and believing that each step we take is leading us in the right direction. Many times people look back and see how things worked out in ways they never expected. They realize that what once seemed like a setback was actually a setup for something greater. They see that the moments of uncertainty, the challenges, and even the failures were all part of a plan they could not have predicted. But if they had refused to take the first step, they would have missed out on everything that was waiting for them. The key is to move forward even when we do not have all the answers. We are not called to have perfect understanding. We are called to trust that when we do what we are meant to do, the way will become clear. The opportunities, resources, and support we need will come, but they will only come after we take action. Waiting for everything to align before moving forward is not faith. It is fear disguised as wisdom. True wisdom is understanding that we do not need to know everything in order to begin. Trust the process. Trust that there is a greater plan at work. Stop waiting for absolute certainty and start stepping forward in faith. The doors you are meant to walk through will open, but they will only open if you have the courage to take the first step. Move forward and watch as the path unfolds before you. The time for waiting is over. There will never be a perfect moment, no flawless conditions, no absolute certainty before you begin. The only thing you truly have is now. Fear and doubt may whisper reasons to delay, but they do not have to control you. Every great journey, every meaningful purpose, every life-changing decision begins with one step forward. Do not wait for confidence, build it through action. Do not wait for a clear path, step out and the way will unfold. Do not wait for perfect conditions, trust that what you have right now is enough to begin. Every moment spent hesitating is a moment lost forever. So step forward, trust the process, believe in the purpose set before you. The doors of opportunity are waiting to be opened, but they will only open when you take action. Stop waiting. Start now. Your future begins with the choice you make today.